Hello, folks. Today I will be giving you a brief of a day of a software engineer on how usually a normal day, how it's like, what things you need to do, or what activities carried out on that day. So, well, first of all, my name is Liam Onasake. Welcome to meet your host. I'm a software engineer 3. Specifically, my main focus is on the backend, specifically with the Java, Spring Boot as the framework, in Python with Fast API as the framework, and some CI/CD stuff, and some DevOps for application deployment. Yeah, so I'll be giving you a brief of how a day looks like for a software engineer. So in normal days, my mornings, or I was forced to start with the morning routine. So our morning routine is, so first of all, when I wake up, of course, I check out my computer and what I'm about to start my day at work. So first things first is to check out my emails, of course. Go to the board. On my side, we usually use an Azure DevOps board, but some organizations would use Jira or some other different tooling. So I then go to my board. As you can see on the screenshot included, it's a showcasing of a board, while it is a DevOps board with the activities or some tickets that needs to be taken. As you can see, some in progress, meaning those are active tickets that are being worked on. So usually the boards will help you to prioritize and deprioritize tasks depending on the feature that you are currently working on. So that's my morning routine. So moving on. So once you get a ticket that you can work on, well, you have already decided and you have picked it from the board, and then you start developing on from. So what I will share on this slide, so it's like now you are ready to start developing the ticket that you are working on. You have decided to take from your board. So what we will do now, so on my side, say instance we took a ticket and then a Java ticket or whatever programming language that we will be using. So you take a ticket and then you go to IDE. So for example, on this case, I'm demonstrating to a PyCharm IDE. So from there, you go to your project, you go select, and then you branch out from your main branch. You create a new branch. Once you finish working out from that branch, you push it out, and then you create a pull request for your team to review. So that's normally what happens on a normal day-to-day basis. So from there, so now it's time to collaborate. So from how the collaboration work, it works in a way of so we collaborate with code reviews, with stand-ups, or brainstorming sessions, or say it's sprint plannings, or refinement, or whatever the case may be. So it on my side. So normally on every day we have stand-ups. Usually stand-up is a 15 minutes of we discuss what you're actually working on, or what you did on the previous day and where you stuck. So then you can get other devs to assist you. So that's what a stand-up is. So on a daily basis, we normally have these daily stand-ups meeting and code review sessions. So say now you did your ticket, you picked up your ticket, and then you worked on, you finished it, and then you created a branch, you finished, you pushed it up. So now you need someone to review your work. Then you can push it to production, then commit it to production. So how it works is that we have these code reviews sessions. So whereby they would share their own screen. So for example, not even sharing, you just create a link, you just post a link to the group chat from the old devs, and then one will pick up or those that will, for example, let's say we can look at the screenshot that I showed here. So we have a pull request that was submitted that needs to be reviewed. As you can see here, it's completed, meaning it's been approved to those people that are there that have green ticked it, meaning it has been approved, everything is passed. As you can see, all required checks succeeded. So this pull request is successfully ready to be matched, meaning it has been approved. and with no issues. So this is how it looks. So this is another way of of a collaboration, because of when you create a pull request, you expect other devs to review your work. Then they could put some questions or put some whatever they may have that related to your pull request. But for this one, it's this is how it looks when it is being approved. So for this demo, we're using like Azure DevOps for this pull request. So moving on. So what happens normally, let's say now, of course, once you finish your create a pull request, say for a day is usually around 12 o'clock, you take your lunch. From your lunch, you come back from your lunch. So, and then now, once your pull request, you can see your pull request was approved successfully. So now it's time to take your code and ship it to production. So you normally on the afternoons we do this daily deployments whereby we would take the whole code that was matched, and then we run the pipeline to it, and then we deploy it to the desired environment. It could be either a production environment or a development environment or a testing environment. So for example, this is how it looks on Azure DevOps. Since we're using Azure DevOps for this demo, this is how it will look when the deployment is run successfully. So, of course, it differs from organizations. So some, they don't really use Azure DevOps, or some they will use Jenkins or so, depending on the tooling they have selected to use. So, for example, if you click according to these steps, so as you can see, the first stage will be preview change, deployment, and then upload to steps. So for each stage, the task running in stability that this is a screenshot, but this is how it would look when the successful deployment has been made to the desired environment. Moving on, so once you have made your deployment and then you have tested to change, after the deployment is successfully ran and passed, now you do your checks to check whether your changes that you've pushed are successfully matched and deployed to fine, and they are already working fine. So once we can do those checks after the deployment is run. So after those checks, then depending on to you, if you still have some time for the day, or you can call it a day, or do some new learning. So normally on the afternoon, so that's what I do on my side. I normally just look for some new topics that I could check, or just to keep myself busy and educate myself, because this is an IT environment. So this is a software engineering field, so there's quite plenty of things you could learn. Well, each day you learn new things here. So during those afternoons, then once you have made your deployment and then make those checks, you can then look at what new skill you could equip on, or you could look at. So folks, I will be ending here for the day. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Please like and subscribe and share all the questions you might have in the comment sections. Thank you so much, folks. I will be signing out. See you. Cheers.